So different inheritance pattern we will discuss. So autosomal and sex-linked inheritances. So first we will discuss the karyotyping. Okay, karyotyping. अच्छा इस सामने लाइट गुलो बंद करबे ना. So what is cytogenetics? Cytogenetics is a branch of genetics that studies the number and structure of the chromosomes, and it involves these following methods: karyotyping, then fluorescent in situ hybridization, Fish technique, buccal smear for fluorescent bodies, study of sex chromatin or Barr bodies, and study of drumstick body in the neutrophils. So these are the different cytogenetic studies done for detection of different chromosomal abnormalities. Okay. What is karyotyping? Very commonly given short note in your theory paper. Okay. Karyotyping you must know. So what is karyotyping? Karyotype is complete chromosome set of a cell, and karyotyping is method of obtaining a karyotype of a cell. And for chromosome analysis, the karyotype is prepared from the arrested cell division at the metaphase. Okay. So we are doing the karyotyping in the metaphase, that you remember. Okay. In metaphase chromosomes are highly condensed. Okay. So there is chance of identification of the chromosomes. Okay. So this is the steps of karyotyping. First there is sample collection. Then there will be culture. You have to do the culture of the sample. Cultural setup, then incubation at 37 degrees centigrade for 72 hours, 3 days. Okay. Then colchicine block is applied where we are blocking the cell division at the level of metaphase. Then we have to harvest the chromosomes. Then slide preparation, banding and staining of the chromosomes, and then pictures are taken from the slides, and these pictures are arranged specifically for the karyotyping. Okay, so these are the steps of karyotyping. So first sample collection, blood, which samples are collected. Okay, all of these samples can be collected. Blood, chorionic villus sample, amniotic fluid, bone marrow or fetal blood is collected in the heparinized vacutainer. Okay, and culture setup, cells from the collected sample are transferred to the culture media RPMI 1640 or TC199 containing fetal bovine serum as a nutrition in the culture medium. And this is the mitotic agent. It helps in cell division, induces cell division. Mitotic agent. It is phytohemagglutinin and antibiotics to prevent the bacterial growth in the culture medium. Then there should be incubation. The cultured cells are incubated at 37 degrees centigrade, which is normal body temperature, for 72 hours to allow the cells to undergo mitosis. So next is colchicine block. Small amount of colchicine is added to the culture to block the cell division in the metaphase. Okay, so that is colchicine block. Next is harvesting. The cultured cells are washed with a hypotonic solution to remove the red blood cells and to swell all the cells. These cells are fixed with chilled fixative, a mixture of glacial acetic acid and the methanol. Okay, so that's how harvesting of the cultured cells are done. Next, we'll do slide preparation. Slide is prepared from the drop of fixed cells. Next is staining. Slide is stained with Giemsa stain, G banding, Q banding, R banding, C banding or nucleolar organizer region staining. These staining techniques are done. Okay, and karyotyping, stained slide is observed under a microscope and microphotographed, and chromosomes are arranged in specific manner. Okay. So karyotyping, photographed preparation of the karyotype, photographed chromosomes are arranged in this following manner according to the length of chromosome, according to position of the centromere, presence of satellite body, presence of specific bands. Okay. Next, according to the Denver classification, chromosomes are arranged into 7 groups, A to G. These are the name of the groups. While arranging the karyotype, all chromosomes are arranged in pairs in their corresponding group, except the X and Y chromosome that are arranged at the end. X is followed by the Y. Okay. See, this is a normal male karyotype, 46XY. Okay, these are the different numbers of chromosome: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are looks like this. Okay, and this is normal male karyotype. So it will have one X chromosome, one Y chromosome. Okay, and rest of the chromosomes are autosomes. They are lying in pairs. Okay, so 46XY. This is the karyotype for normal male. Next, this is normal female karyotype 46XX. Okay. So up to 22, it is same as the male karyotype, and next there is 2 X chromosomes. Okay, here X chromosome is lying in pair. So total 46 chromosome and XX 46XX. This is the karyotype of normal female. Okay. And this is the Denver's classification. According to Denver classification, we have discussed chromosomes are divided into certain groups, A to G, 7 groups. Okay. So first group A, it contains chromosome 1, 2 and 3. 1 and 3 is metacentric, 2 is submetacentric. Group B chromosome contain 4 and 5. These are submetacentric. Next, there is group C. Group C contain 6 to 12 and X. These are also submetacentric. Group D chromosomes, these are 13, 14 and 15. They are acrocentric chromosomes. Then group E contains 16, 17 and 18. 16 is metacentric, 17, 18 is submetacentric. Group F, 19 and 20. These are metacentric chromosomes, and group G contains 21 and 22 and chromosome Y. They are acrocentric chromosome. Okay, so these are the different groups and they are containing chromosomes. Next, different banding patterns we will discuss. Okay, first is G banding. This is also called Giemsa banding. This is the most commonly employed procedure for karyotyping. Okay, other banding patterns are also there. And need of this G banding is to differentiate between chromosomes of the same group. For example, chromosome 4 and 5 you can differentiate with the G banding. And to identify different mutation processes like addition, deletion, inversion and translocation, they are detected with G banding. What is the procedure of G banding? Slide of chromosomes are treated for 10 to 20 seconds with trypsin. Trypsin is used to partially digest the histone proteins before the Giemsa staining. And densely stained region of chromosome is known as dark band, which is adenosine and thymine rich, AT rich, and lightly stained region of chromosome is called light band, which is G series, guanine and cytosine rich. Okay. What is the use of karyotyping? This is very, very important, asked in your Viva and MCQs, also important for theory. Okay, use of karyotyping. Clinical diagnosis of cases with chromosomal aberrations. Clinical confirmation of cancer cases showing translocations. For example, detection of Philadelphia chromosome, where you will get translocation between 9th and 12th, 22, chromosome 9 and 22, and these regions are translocated. In chronic myeloid leukemia, you will get this Philadelphia chromosome. Prenatal diagnosis for chromosomal aberrations. Diagnosis of chromosomal defects in infertility cases or in recurrent abortion cases. And for detection of single nucleotide change in DNA, PCR polymerase chain reaction is used rather than cytogenetics. Okay. Okay. Okay, so here we will discuss other banding patterns. We have discussed the G banding. Here are Q banding, R banding, C banding, all this. Okay. So band, what is band? Band is a part of chromosome which is clearly distinguishable from its adjacent segment by lighter or darker with various banding methods. Okay. So Q banding. In Q banding, chromosomes are stained with fluorescent dye quinacrine, and it is useful for studying the heterochromatin of the chromosome 1, 9 and 60. Next is R banding. In R banding, slides are preheated before the GIMSA staining to generate the reverse G banding pattern, that is GC rich dark bands. Okay. Next is C banding. In C banding, DNA of the chromosome is denatured with acid, alkali or heat prior to the GIMSA staining, and it is useful for studying constitutive heterochromatin, dark banding. Okay. Next is FIS technique, fluorescent in situ hybridization. This full form is important for your MCQ, and this technique is important as theory short note. Okay, FIS technique. What is FIS? Fluorescent in situ hybridization is a cytogenetic technique that utilizes the property of DNA probe to bind with its complementary target DNA sequence. And DNA probes are tagged with fluorescent substances, maybe with radioactive levels. What is the procedure of FIS? Metaphase FIS, cells collected from the tissue, then culture is done, colchicine block is given, cells are harvested, and metaphase preparation is done, hybridization with DNA probe, and observation under a fluorescent microscope. Okay, so this is the steps of the FIS technique. It is almost similar to karyotyping, except this it is DNA probe is used instead of staining technique, and it is observed under fluorescent microscope. That was normal light microscope. Here you will use fluorescent microscope to detect this DNA probe. Okay. Next is interphase FIS. Cells collected from the tissue, slide preparation, hybridization with DNA probe, observation under a fluorescent microscope. In two phases, FIS is done, metaphase and interphase. What are the applications of FIS? To confirm the presence of specific chromosome or gene, to assess the structural defects of chromosomes such as translocation, and to identify small deletion or addition of chromosome. Okay. Next is Fuel-Jen reaction, SKY or HRB. Fuel-Jen reaction, it is a staining method for cellular DNA that reacts with Schiff reagent, and it is specific for 2-deoxyribose sugar. SKY or spectral karyotyping, it is a cytogenetic technique that involves the simultaneous painting of all human chromosomes with different fluorescent colored DNA probe. SKY technique is useful for identification of multiple translocations. Okay. Next is high resolution banding or HRB technique. In chromosome banding technique, total number of bands in all chromosomes is called as band level, and chromosomes in metaphase are condensed, hence can produce only 200 to 350 bands. And for details analysis, longer chromosomes are obtained before the coiling, before the metaphase. In metaphase, there it is highly coiled. Before the metaphase, you have to harvest the chromosome. So we obtain the chromosome at late prophase or early metaphase. for details analysis, and procedure is similar as karyotyping except the treatment with ethidium bromide or actinomycin D or Hochest with short exposure of the colchicine. Colchicine, the agent, helps in blockage of the cell division process, arrest of the cell division, used to obtain 800 to 1400 band level for easy diagnosis of deletion, addition, translocation and many other chromosomal aberration. See, normally there was 200 to 350 bands, but in this procedure, high resolution bending, there is 800 to 1400 bands. Okay. Next, we are going to inheritance. Okay. So, what is inheritance? In the all the characters of an individual are inherited from parents through the genetic components. And in genetic disorder, the expression of the character in an individual depends on the category of the disease. What is allele? An allele is a variant from a gene. Allele of the same gene is located at the same position or genetic locus on the chromosome. And in human, each gene has two alleles, one inherited from the mother and another from the father. What is homozygous and what is heterozygous? An individual is called homozygous for the gene if he has two identical copies of the same allele for the gene. For example, double A, capital A, two capital A or two small a. Okay, these are homozygous. If an individual has non-identical copies of the same allele, for example, one capital A, one small a, the individual is called heterozygous for that gene. Next is dominant and recessive. Alleles can be either dominant or recessive. Okay, and each allele may have a phenotype, expressed protein or external character. In heterozygous condition, if one allele is expressed and another allele is masked, then the expressed allele is called dominant and the masked allele is called recessive. And codominant, what is codominant? It is the condition where both the alleles are expressed simultaneously to generate a mixed phenotypic result. For example, blood group alleles. Okay, different types of blood group we have. ABO blood grouping, type A, B, O and AB. Okay, in AB, both A and B alleles are codominant. Okay. So, multiple alleles, most of the genes exist in the form of two alleles. Some genes have multiple alleles for a particular character like the ABO blood grouping. Okay, multiple alleles. What is polygenic trait? A polygenic trait is a character that is determined by more than one gene. Examples are the height, weight, skin color that depends on multiple genes. Okay. What is phenotype? Phenotype is an outward physical characteristic manifestation of the organism and it also includes expressed proteins, macromolecules, cell organelles, cell structure or function and behavior of the organism. So this is phenotype. Next is genotype. Genotype is complete set of genes. Genotype is the total genetic makeup of an individual that determines the phenotype. Okay. Next is genetic disorder. A genetic disorder is a condition caused due to an abnormality in the genome of an individual. There are three basic genetic disorders: single gene disorders, chromosomal disorders and multifactorial disorders. Single gene disorders is known as Mendelian disorders. There is defect in a single gene. Chromosomal disorders, there is defect in the number or structure of chromosomes. And multifactorial disorders, there is defective interaction between genes and environmental factors like viruses, drugs, food, etc. Okay, so these are multifactorial disorders. What is the importance of inheritance pattern analysis? Study of inheritance patterns in the genetic disorder is very important because for the assessing the status of the condition, diagnosing the risk of transmission, in the children's, calculating the risk of transmission and planning for treatment and prevention of the condition to the next generation. Okay, that's why prenatal diagnosis is done, and the fetus is defective, there is chance of termination. Okay, pedigree chart will be given in your OSPI. Okay, given in your OSPI, and also they are important for your theory part of the long question, like you pedigree chart is given. Pedigree is a method for documenting the family relationship of an individual under study. Also important for your MCQ. In MCQ, pedigree chart is given. You have to detect the inheritance pattern. Okay, for the pedigree chart. So, what are the advantages of pedigree charting? It provides the family information in an easily readable chart, provides information on the mode of inheritance, provides assistance in planning for treatment and prevention of transmission of a genetic disorder to the next generation, and helps for genetic counseling. Okay, so these are the advantages of pedigree charting. See, these signs are used in the pedigree chart. This white square is used for normal male. Round circle, white circle is used for normal female. Diamond shape for unspecified gender. This dot is representing the carrier or X-linked recessive inheritance. And half of it is black shading, heterozygous for autosomal recessive. And horizontal line, it is for mating or relationship. See, this is two parents, and after mating they are producing these two children, one male and one female, and none of them is affected. So all are white in color, parents with offsprings. So an arrow is used for individual seeking genetic counseling or testing. Here the black square represents the affected male, black circle is affected female, and black diamond is affected unspecified gender, and this cross, it represents the deceased individual. Oblique line for death, it represents the death in the pedigree chart. Vertical line is line of descent from parents to the offsprings. This vertical line represents the descent, and this vertical line with a dot, it represents the stillborn baby with unknown sex. Okay, next this identical or monozygotic twins. Okay, here both are male childs, and these lines represent the identical or monozygotic twins. Here is non-identical or dizygotic twins. Okay, these lines are not present, and these double lines represent consanguineous marriage within the family. Okay, there is risk of manifestation of recessive diseases in case of consanguineous marriage. Okay, that's why it is important. You have to take history during medicine or surgery for this consanguineous marriage. Okay, for different disease pattern. These are less commonly used symbols. Okay, this bracket means adoption, and rest are not that much used. Okay, so we'll discuss the inheritance in details. First is single gene inheritance. Mutation in the single gene will lead to monogenetic genetic disorder. So, single gene inheritance or Mendelian inheritance. Single gene disorders are grouped as this: autosomal dominant, autosomal recessive, X-linked dominant, X-linked recessive, Y-linked disorders. As Y-linked disorders are carried only from father to son, X-linked disorders term is confined for X-linked disorders. Okay. What is autosomal dominant inheritance? In autosomal dominant disorder, even if a single abnormal gene or allele on one of the 22 autosomes, these are non-sex chromosome, is present, it is expressed phenotypically and produces a disorder. Okay, autosomal dominant state, heterozygotic state, there will be mild disease. In homozygotic state, there will be severe disease, and due to both abnormal genes. Okay. These are the common features of autosomal dominant. It affects the irrespective of the sex of the individual. Affects all the generations, vertical pattern of transmission. 50% offsprings of the affected individual will be normal and 50% will be affected. Okay, because 50% gene is normal, 50% is affected, but the patient is manifesting the disease because it is a autosomal dominant pattern of inheritance. Affected gene may be transmitted from parents or by new mutation during the gametogenesis, and variable clinical expression is there. Autosomal dominant inheritance is not related to consanguineous marriage. An affected individual may be homozygous or heterozygous. Pleiotropy, it is based on homozygosity and heterozygosity of autosomal dominant gene, and the heterozygous state, that is also known as trait of autosomal dominant gene, it produces mild effect, and homozygous autosomal dominant state produces severe disease with apparently unrelated effects. See here, these are the parents, male and female. Female is affected here, okay, but it is autosomal dominant inheritance. In here, only female childs are not affected, but male child is affected. After that, in this, if here also one female is affected, one male child is affected, and if they mating with another affected female, then all the children are affected here. So this is the first reported case in female, and this arrow, this is the female person um, registering in the hospital for seeking for any treatment or seeking for any consultation. This arrow represents the first reported case. See, affected father and normal mother. Here, autosomal dominant means one single capital A and small a. So where there will be capital A, that person will be affected because it is a autosomal dominant disease. So they are producing gametes. Here only normal mother producing small a, capital A, small a. So after that these children are produced. So in these two children, there are capital A is present and they are affected. And here no capital is present, they are not affected. So this is the, so this pedigree chart, if it is given, you have to diagnose it, the pattern of inheritance, autosomal dominant inheritance. Okay. The previous features we have discussed, what will be pattern of inheritance, who will be involved. So these are the autosomal dominant disorders, okay, and the affected gene. One or two you just remember for example, okay. Achondroplasia is autosomal dominant. Fibroblast growth factor receptor 3 gene is affected. Familiar hypercholesterolemia, LDL receptor gene is affected, okay. These are Marfan syndrome, fibrillin 1 gene is affected. Huntington chorea HTT gene is affected, okay. Holoprosencephaly sonic hedgehog factor SHH gene is affected. Neurofibromatosis 1 microdeletion of 17q involves neurofibroma 1 gene, NF1 gene, okay. Like this, all these diseases occur due to autosomal dominant disorders. Polycystic kidney disease, Waardenburg syndrome, tuberous sclerosis, or Bournville-Pringle disease, Treacher-Collins syndrome, mandibulofacial dysostosis, all these are autosomal dominant disorders. Okay. Next, we are going to autosomal recessive inheritance. In autosomal recessive disorder, if both the copies of allelic genes are abnormal, then only a disease is expressed. Okay. For autosomal recessive state, heterozygotic have no disease. Homozygous pattern has the disease. Only the homozygous pattern with the affected alleles will be affected. So common features, male and female are equally affected. Prediction, 25% of children will be affected, risk is 1 in 4, and 25% will be normal, 50% will be carrier. Okay. The unaffected child will not transmit the disease, may be a result of consanguineous marriage, early age of onset, and constant clinical features are seen. See here, these are carrier father, carrier mother, one capital N, one small n. Okay, so they are producing gametes, and after mating, these children are produced. This is both capital N's. Okay, so this is normal. Here, both small n or small r is there. So both small r. So this is recessive pattern of inheritance. So they are affected, and these two are the carrier, capital N and smaller. Okay, these are carriers. See here, here also this is carrier and this is normal. So only this female is carrier. No child is affected with the disease, but this female child is carrier. If this female child mates with another carrier male, there will be affected child. One child is affected and two carrier child is there, another is normal child. Okay. So that is the inheritance, mode of inheritance in autosomal recessive disorder. These are the examples of some autosomal recessive inheritance: cystic fibrosis, Gaucher's disease, hemochromatosis, phenylketonuria, Tay-Sachs disease, Geroderma pigmentosa, and pigmentosa, sickle cell anemia. These two we remember: sickle cell anemia, cystic fibrosis. These are important diseases. Albinism, alkaptonuria. Okay, and this is spinal muscular dystrophy. So these are autosomal recessive inheritance. What is the difference between autosomal dominant inheritance and recessive inheritance? In autosomal dominant disorder, even if a single allelic gene is present, it is expresses and produces disorder. And in autosomal recessive disorder, only both the copies of allelic genes are abnormal, then only the disease is produced. Okay, recessive. Heterozygous individuals are affected here, heterozygous individuals are normal. Homozygous individual is affected in both the cases. An unaffected individual cannot transmit the disease in autosomal dominant, and an unaffected individual can transmit if he or she is a carrier. No carrier state in autosomal dominant, here carrier state is present. And it is known for hereditary diseases, it is known for familial diseases. No relation with consanguineous marriage. Consanguineous marriage increase the risk of disease. Examples are these examples you remember. Achondroplasia, Marfan syndrome, here is cystic fibrosis, phenylketonuria. Okay. Next we are going to X-linked dominant inheritance. So X-linked dominant inheritance is a pattern of inheritance that involves the mutated dominant gene of the X chromosome. These are the common features. Only one affected gene can produce the disease. No male preponderance as in X-linked recessive disorders. All the daughters of the affected male will also be affected. Males have only one X chromosome, and that is hemizygous males always show aggravated disease and no father to son transmission in this disease. See here, affected father. Here X chromosome is affected. This is normal mother. They are producing gametes, and where the affected X chromosome is going, it is producing the disease. So these are affected female, and these are two normal males. Okay, so no male transmission occurring because males are having Y chromosome from the father, X chromosome from the mother. So mother is not affected, so there is no transmission to the male child. Here you can see case B, here case A, here father is affected. So here affected X is going to the daughter and it is affected. Okay. And here in the affected mother, here both male and female can be affected because X chromosome from the mother can it can transmit it to the male and female both the childs. Okay, and here arrow is showing the first reported case. So this is X-linked dominant inheritance. So pedigree charts, this can be given to you and you have to diagnose the inheritance pattern in OSPI or in MCQ like this or part of the long question. X-linked dominant inheritance examples are these: Fragile X syndrome, X-linked hypophosphatemia, Rett syndrome, Alport syndrome, focal dermal hypoplasia or Galt syndrome, and XG blood group system. This is normal blood grouping of any disorder. Next, we are going to X-linked recessive inheritance. Here, see, affected father and carrier mother. In carrier mother, why it is carrier? Mother is not having the disease, but one X chromosome is affected. So here, when the both X chromosome are involved, then only disease will manifest. Otherwise, it will stay as a carrier. Okay. So here you can see this is affected female, both X chromosomes are affected. This is carrier female, one X chromosome is affected. Affected male, it has one affected X chromosome, another is Y chromosome, and this is normal male. No affected chromosome is there. Okay. Here and X-linked recessive carrier female represented by this dot. Okay. So here father is affected, it is producing a carrier female and male childs are normal. And if mother is affected, it is producing carrier female and affected males. Okay. So X-linked recessive inheritance is a pattern of inheritance involves mutated recessive gene of expression. Homozygous female is affected case, heterozygous female is a carrier, and hemizygous male, because of the male has only X chromosome, it is affected case. And common characteristics are the heterozygous female is a carrier and the homozygous female is the affected case. As males carry only one X chromosome, hence in the hemizygous case they have the disease. Sons of the affected mother are always affected. Daughter of the affected father is a carrier, and if the mother is normal. And sons of the affected father are normal and more common in the males. So this type of inheritance, males are commonly affected. Okay. So these characteristics will be given in your question and you have to detect the pattern of inheritance. Understood? These are the examples of different X-linked recessive disorder. Duchenne muscular dystrophy, G6PD deficiency, hemophilia A, hemophilia B or Christmas disease, Becker muscular dystrophy, X-linked ichthyosis, all these are disorders of X-linked recessive inheritance. Next is Y-linked inheritance or Hollandric inheritance. The pattern of inheritance of mutated Y chromosome gene from father to son is called Y-linked inheritance. Common features are it affects only the male and all sons of the affected males are also affected. Females are neither affected nor a carrier. Examples are hairy pinna, baldness. These are examples of Y-linked inheritance. Next is multifactorial inheritance or polygenic inheritance. It is a group of genes interact with each other to produce a disease. Characteristics are polygenic inheritance does not follow the Mendelian inheritance. Previous one was Mendelian inheritance. Okay, you have read during 11, 12? Okay. So next it depends on multiple genes, also depends on environmental factors, variable expression in all the individuals, family members and even in the monozygotic twins. Polygenic genes tend to aggregate in the families and the incidence of the condition is greater in the relatives of the affected individual than that in the general population and the risk is greatest for the first degree relatives. Consanguinity increases the risk and polygenic inheritance probability produces bell-shaped curve. Okay. These are diseases with polygenic inheritance Study of inheritance pattern in the genetic disorder is very important for this. Congenital malformations, cleft lip, cleft palate, congenital heart disease, neural tube defects, pyloric stenosis, talipes equinovarus, defect in the feet. Okay, and adult onset disease like diabetes mellitus, epilepsy, glaucoma, hypertension, depression, schizophrenia, asthma, spondylitis. For all this, there is some inheritance. Next is what is codominant inheritance? This is frequently asked, codominant inheritance, part of the uh, long question. Okay. Codominant genes are expressed simultaneously to produce a phenotype. Examples, gene A and gene B are expressed simultaneously to produce AB blood group. Okay, ABO blood grouping system. Next is intermediate inheritance. Some genes in the heterozygous state also get expressed to a certain extent but not like dominant genes. Examples are sickle cell trait. In the heterozygous state, patients do not have severe anemia, such as a homozygous patient, but trait cases are not normal individuals. Thus, expression of sickle cell trait is intermediate inheritance. Next is sex-linked traits. Sex-linked genes are present in both the sexes but expressed only in one sex and in another remain turned off. And these genes are called sex-limited traits. Example is development of facial hairs in the male and development of breast in the female. These are sex-limited traits. This is present only in male, this is present only in female. Sex influence traits, some genes inherit as autosomal traits and that get influenced by the sex. Example is pattern of baldness is influenced by the testosterone. Okay. Next is mitochondrial inheritance. This is important short note. Mitochondrial inheritance. Okay. A mitochondrion contains deoxyribonucleic acid DNA called mitochondrial DNA, mtDNA, and mitochondrion in human are contributed from the mother only. Cytoplasm of the ovum is present. Therefore, inheritance of mitochondrial DNA is also called maternal inheritance. Human mitochondrial DNA codes for 37 genes. See here, this is the uh, ovum and sperm. Only sperm nucleus will enter, and mitochondria are only from the male. Mitochondria with mutated DNA. They are coming from the male, and here is zygote formation, next generation with affected genes in the mitochondria. So, this is mitochondrial inheritance. Examples of mitochondrial inheritance: mutation in cytochrome B gene in mitochondrial DNA will lead to exercise intolerance. Mitochondrial DNA deletion leads to Karen-Shire syndrome. Okay, mitochondrial myopathy. Mitochondrial DNA deletion will lead to Pearson syndrome. Mutated mitochondrial DNA will lead to Marf syndrome, myoclonic epilepsy with ragged red fibers. Mutated mitochondrial DNA Leber's hereditary optic neuropathy. This is retinal ganglionic cell degeneration. And mutated mitochondrial DNA Lake syndrome, subacute necrotizing encephalopathy. Okay. What is pleiotropy? Pleiotropy terms are important for your Viva and MCQ. Okay, pleiotropy. This condition occurs when one gene influences many unrelated phenotypic. Examples are these two: phenylketonuria, galactosemia. In phenylketonuria, in this condition, enzyme phenylalanine hydroxylase is deficient. And in addition to phenylketonuria, the child develops hypopigmentation and mental retardation. And in galactosemia, in this condition, galactose 1 phosphate uridyl transferase deficiency will lead to galactosemia with liver cirrhosis, cataract, and mental retardation. Okay. One next is incomplete penetrance. Penetrance is the proportion of individuals carrying mutated gene with a clinical symptom. Incomplete penetrance indicates non-expression of the mutated gene due to the influence of other genes. For example, breast cancer gene 1, BRCA1, mutated produces breast cancer only in some females. Not all the females having BRCA1G will produce breast cancer. Okay. Polydactyly gene. Some individuals have incomplete extra finger and some have a complete extra finger. Okay, according to the expression pattern. Okay, that's all. Okay, any queries from this topic? Okay, you must prepare karyotyping. Karyotyping as a short note, very, very important. Different types of Mendelian inheritance, autosomal dominant, autosomal recessive, X-linked dominant, X-linked recessive, and this mitochondrial inheritance comes in your short note. Okay.